Well, a very warm welcome to everyone. I'm Mark, and as same as I did before, today I will try to move forward for 500 elo. And now I feel a little bit more confident because into last stream I had more winning games than I usually do, and maybe I got a little bit more forward in my chess playing career, and not really a career. But maybe I have more knowledge now how to talk and speak, how to talk during a stream and think through a stream. And yeah, I started looking for a match, and hopefully I will win it. I'm playing with the white pieces. I'm playing against MTLBD. He's at 410 elo. He's from France, and he's playing with the black pieces. I start with the white pieces. I will just move out with my knight to get more control of the center of the board with it. Maybe work up something. Into the next one, maybe I will move forward with this pawn and get out my queen to have more control over here. And also I'm gonna put this pawn forward by 2 square. And now I can move out my queen. It's currently not in any kind of danger, so I will just do it now, or I'm thinking about to move it maybe here. So if I can manage my knight with 2 runs, I can put him in a little bit of risky situation over there. So for now I will just move my queen over there. And now I have more control of the board. He moved out his pawn over there, but I'm thinking how to solve this thing. So if I move my pawn over here, he can move his queen over there, but he will most likely not do it because my knight is securing the position, so he will most likely move one of his pawns to take that pawn, and if he's moving that, or not, I can give his king a check by my bishop, but I'm gonna wait with it. So for now I will just move my knight over there, and in the next round I will move it here if he doesn't move any of his pawn over there. So I'm gonna wait for his move. And I'm currently at 417 elo. And I need to rethink a little bit my moves because he moved out with his knight and I cannot take with my queen because he will get my queen with a pawn, so that's currently I need to rework a little bit my plan. Maybe I will move this pawn forward by a square, so into next hand I can move out my bishop, and into next hand if I move my knight somewhere else I can trade my bishop for his knight. He moved out one of his bishops. Maybe he's planning to the same thing that he will move his knight over there, but not really because my queen can take it. Or he can move his knight over there, but I can take with my knight, so it's currently not problematic for me. I'm just gonna move my bishop over here because if he moves his knight, I will trade with my knight, and my bishop will have some control of this board over there. So I'm just gonna wait. It's gonna work out. Maybe he can move his bishop over there and my knight would have been pinged, but he's not really doing it. He just moved forward with a pawn forward by a square. And now maybe I don't really have the chance to move my knight over there because he can get it with his knight. In the respawn I could get it with my queen, but he would get my queen by his queen, so that's not a really good deal. I still can give him a check, but there is nothing specific I can do. So it's I'm not gonna do it yet, but maybe I'm gonna castle, because if I do that, maybe I can move out my rook and get more control of the board and picking this pawn. So if I move it here, and even if he's moved his pawn, he couldn't get my queen, but he castled too, so I need to rework my thing a little bit. Maybe if I move my knight over there, and into next round if I can move my queen over there and move here, that would be a checkmate. But of course he can do any other kind of stuffs. So for now I will just move out my rook, so maybe I can move out and get more control of the board. Into next round maybe I will move my knight over here. In response he can move his pawn over there, and yeah, my plan would go to the trash. But I'm thinking how to solve this problem. And I cannot take this pawn by my rook because his knight is securing that position. Maybe for now I will just move my... If I move my pawn over there, I will need to move with my knight, because most likely he will take it with his pawn. And my knight will be in danger. So for now I will just try my luck. Maybe he will just move forward with his pawn, and I will just take simply back my knight, because I don't have anything over here to do. Or maybe I will move my queen over there, and into next round I can take his pawn. As anyways, I can force myself into here, but not really, because his knight is defending that position, so it's good that I reversed it a little bit. So I will need to get rid of this knight, but I'm thinking about how to. Maybe I can get somehow out my bishop. And if I move my pawn over here, he will most likely take it with his pawn, or not really, because in response I can take his rook, but in response he will take with his queen, and into next round he can go here, because currently that position is not really defended. I will just move forward with my pawn to destroy a little bit his defense over there. He moved forward by his pawn by a square, so I can take his pawn by my knight. He can take it with his pawn, I can take it with my rook, he can take with his knight, and I can take with my knight too. He can take after that with his rook, and I could get it with my queen. So totally I would lose 2 knight and rook, and he would lose 2 pawns, knight and a rook. And maybe I'm gonna do that, because after that I can move out my white bishop and break his defense even more. So for now I will just take it with my rook, so even I will have some space with my bishop to do things. And now I will take with my knight, and now I will take with my rook. So I'm gonna wait for his move. What's he's doing? He maybe see it now that he can take my rook, but that would be a trade. But not really. He moved out his knight over there, and now it's putting some pressure over my queen. So I can take it with my rook, or I can move my rook over there, and he will be forced to move his queen over there. It's currently not really good for me, and I need to be careful that he can move his rook over there or his queen into the next rounds. But if I move my bishop, my rook would defend it. So for now I will just take out the knight, because I don't know how much time do I have left. I have only 2 minutes and 44 seconds left. Now he will most likely may I sacrifice my queen. It's really cool. And even I lose pieces over there because his bishop and his queen is securing that position, so maybe I will lose this game because I lost many pieces. Yep, but I can bring out my bishop over there. Maybe he can move his bishop over there, but his queen cannot get there. But I will move my rook over there, and if he is not moving his bishop, I will get a checkmate, or not really, because he can still move his queen over there, and I will be forced to take his queen with my rook. But it would mean that he is losing his queen. And now it's not really a checkmate, because now he can move forward by a square. So if I take his pawn, I can go forward by a square, and he cannot take with that pawn, so he will be forced to move here. And I cannot really move forward by my pawns. So for now I will just move forward with my pawn. He can take out his pawn over there. Or not really, because I get the check. And now he will take my rook, and that will be slowly a checkmate, so most likely I lost this game, yeah. But anyways, sometimes this happens. And he's slowly taking my pieces. Now I can only work up a stalemate or something to not lose this game. He most likely planned to move his queen over there. Give me another check. And that's a checkmate. Anyways, I can't win every time, so that's okay if I lose sometimes. I will just start a new game. I'm playing against Jackatex. He's from India. He's at 399 elo. I'm at 409, and he started with 2 white pieces. I will just move out my knight over there. Into next round I will maybe move my pawn to get out my bishops to get more control of the board, even if I move my knight. He moved out his knight too. Maybe I can work up some Brazilian opening, Byzantine or something like that. I'm not really into openings and learning any kind of stuff, but one of my friends told me that that opening is matching up with my playing style, so I looked it up. So that's the only opening that I know, kinda, but not really, because I didn't get into really that opening. Maybe if I move out my pawn over there, that would have a opening for my queen, and in the next round I can move out my pawn over there, and if he will take with his pawn, every pawn I could take with my pawn, he can take my pawn with his knight, but I could get his knight by my knight or by my queen. Then now he moved out one of his pawns with another square, and now if I move my knight into the next round, I can get a peek on this square, and that pawn is still defended by the queen. So now if he move forward by his knight, he can move it here, and that would not really mean anything because I can get it with my knight. He can move even here, but my pawns get it. He can move here, but I will still get it or with my queen or with my bishop or with my knight, so there's nothing. He can move even here, but I will get it with my pawn, so there is nothing to worry about. And yeah, now I can get his pawn because the knight is securing it, and I can only make a trade for his knight for my bishop, so I'm not really sure if I'm gonna take it, but I can move my knight over here to make a trade for his knight, or he can move back his knight, but I will have more control of the board because I have a knight opened here. He moved out his queen. It currently doesn't mean any danger on me, only that his queen can move here, and I couldn't get his queen because my king is totally pinged, and I mean this square is pinged by the knight, and I can take with my queen, but I can move out my bishop over here, so it would mean that my bishop is a little bit more open over here, and I can defend this position, so if he moves here with his knight or with his queen, I can get them with my bishop. So there are no more longer danger of a checkmate over here. And maybe I'm thinking about how do I make the transaction with the pieces, because that knight is putting some pressure over here with the queen, so maybe it will worth it to trade my bishop for his knight. Or I can move out my other knight, and he will most likely move his knight somewhere else. Yeah, he moved out one of his pawns. Maybe he's planning to move his bishop over there and take my bishop, and that would mean some transaction over there, but for now I will just trade his knight over there to totally break his plan to do me, basically. And now his pawn is stuck over there, so I can move out my knight, and next round I can take his pawn for free, and even putting some pressure over his queen and defending that position, so there is nothing to worry about for me now. So to transaction for the bishop, it was good, I think, for now. He moved out his other pawn. I don't know what he's planning to do. But for now, I will just take that pawn with my knight. So now his queen is in a little bit of danger, and even I can move my bishop back there, and it will be defended by the knight. So even if he's moving in between these squares, I can take his queen or put some pressure over. So I'm waiting for his move. He moved with his queen over here, and the next round I can move my knight over here, but he will get it with his bishop, so I'm not gonna do it because he can trade it. Of course I can get his white bishop, but currently I'm not really planning to it. But now my knight is in a pretty good position, so I defend his squares, or I can give him a check if I move my knight over here, but he can get it with his queen. So if I move my bishop over here, and after I move my knight over here, I can give him a check. So he cannot move between in these positions. So he can only move in between these two. So if into next round I will move this knight that will stand over here, and if I move it I will give him another check and I can maybe work up something. So I'm not really seeing forward right now, but I'm gonna try. So I will move my bishop over here. Maybe he will move his bishop over here and this will be a transaction, I'm not really sure about it. Or I could have been moved my knight over here to put more pressure on his queen. I screwed it a little bit, and now he took my knight. But now if he's taking that pawn over here, into next round maybe I can move my queen over there, and if everything is alright, it will be defended by two bishop, and that would be a checkmate. If I'm not missing anything, but I'm gonna try it. And yeah, that's a checkmate. So luckily I won this game. And now I'm at 417 elo, and that means I will need 11 more wins to reach 500 elo. I'm at the beginning of the stream situation. So I'm playing against Sorens. He's from Germany, he's at 438 elo. I'm starting with the white pieces. Most likely we'll just open up with a knight over here to maybe work up something. I don't really have a plan for my opening over here. He moved out his pawn, and now he have an open field for his bishop to move out here and with his queen. But I don't really see anything right now that what he's planning to do. But maybe I will move out this pawn to have an opening for my bishop over here, and after that I will counter this position, and I could have been moved my... no, I cannot move my knight over there, so there's nothing to plan. Maybe for now I will just move forward this pawn by a square, so if I move my knight after, my queen would have an open field to somewhere. So after, if I move my knight over here, I couldn't move my queen over there because the knight is now securing that position, so I cannot move my knight or queen over there. So I need to rethink it a little bit. Maybe I'm gonna make a trade for his knight for my bishops. So for now I will just move forward this pawn by a square, so into next round I can move out my bishop and make some transaction for his knight, because it's a little bit troubling over there. Maybe he's going for the same to take my knight, but for now I will maybe just take it, so into next round I can move out my queen over there and have more open fields for my queen. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for now. So I'm waiting. Currently I'm at 8 minutes and 20 seconds. My opponent have 9 minutes left. So I'm usually taking more time at the beginning to talk, but luckily I managed to save more time. Now he's defending that knight by another knight, so it wouldn't solve if I would take it with my bishop, so his knight would still secure the same squares, so that's a little bit problematic. I need to rethink it a little bit how to solve this. But for now I will just make his bishop go away, because it's a little bit troubling over here, so I cannot move my knight till that bishop is standing over there, and he moved it back by a square. And now I can put my pawn over here, and he will most likely doesn't go for a trade. Yeah. So now I don't even have an open field for my pawn, now for my queen, even if I move my knight from there. So maybe I will just put some pressure over this square, because I don't really like the knight over here. And he will most likely move his knight over there, I think. Because here is in danger. Here, not really, but he's blocking his white bishop. Now he moved his knight over here. There is not really a problematic situation over here, because he can move here, and after that he can give me a fork for my bishop or for my rooks. Most likely he will want to go for my rook, because I can take his knight after he takes my bishop. He can move his knight over here, but my knight will get it here. I will get it with my pawn, so the only problematic square he can go is here, because that would be a little bit fork situation. But I can move my rook over here and defend that situation. He moved forward by his pawn, maybe to have an open field for his queen to take that pawn. Or for first he will want to take with his knight. In response I will take it with my knight. And for last he will take with his queen, but not really, because my rook is currently defending it. So I'm not really sure about that he's planning that. But to be sure, I will move. I'm not sure if I want to move my pawn over here, because in the next hand I couldn't move my knight over here. For now I will maybe just go for his bishop over there. So in the next hand he can move it. He can't move it here because my queen is securing that position. He can move it here. But if I move it here, I can make a transaction for his bishop. I don't know if I want to take that transaction. If that pawn wouldn't be here, I could move my bishop over there and put some pressure over his queen or for his rook. Maybe for now, if I take my pawn over here, he can move it here because my bishop will get it. He can move it here because it's nothing putting danger on it. Not even here. I'm taking way too much time, so for now I'm not gonna think. I'm just gonna move forward by my pawn over here and hoping in that I will solve the situation. Because I only have almost 5 minutes, and I need to calculate with it, because most of the times I just screw it with my time. I'm having a little bit of headache. I don't know if it's from the energy drink or from the thinking. I'm not sure. He moved back by his knight, so that pawn is only under the danger of the queen, but not really, because my knight and my rook is defending that position. So maybe I will move forward by this pawn, so he can take it with his pawn. I will take it with my pawn, but it would mean that I have an open field for my queen. But I'm not really winning any kind of materials with it, so it's maybe not worth it. Or I can move my pawn over here. He can move his knight, of course, back. But in the next hand I can move my knight over here, and I will force, not really force, but it can end up as a transaction for the knights. But currently that knight is in good position, so I will just open up my other knight, because my defense is kinda good here and I'm not sure if I want to break it. We move forward by a pawn, so now I can move my knight over here, but I couldn't, in any point I couldn't even move here because he can take it with his knight. But now he have an open field for his queen, he can move it here. But and it would give me a check, but nothing serious. I can move my bishop over here, so I can counter it. So he will not moving his queen over there. And I need to be careful because I have only 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, while my opponent have 7 minutes and 20 seconds. So I need to think a little bit faster. He moved forward by his pawn over here, maybe to move back his knight, I'm not sure. But now I could have been moved here with my bishop and maybe make some transaction for his bishop over there if he moves back with his knight, and maybe I'm gonna take it. Because into next round, if he is moving his knight, he could have got my knight for free because nothing defended it. But now maybe he's not gonna move his knight because it's defended by the bishop. But now he moved forward by his pawn over here, and my only escaping plan is to move it back by a square. So he moved one of his pawns forward. It's putting pressure over this pawn, but I can get it with my knight, so there's nothing serious. Maybe I will just move out with my white bishop because I don't really think so it's doing any kind of action, and if I move it here into next round I can move it here and it would mean a free pawn for me and a little bit pressure over here. And now I need to be aware of it, that my knight is blocking my queen. And if that pawn goes away from here, like here, into next round I can move my knight over here, he can take it with his knight, but in exchange I could get it with my bishop. And now I can make the transaction for his knight, the same knight that would end up into the transaction. That would mean I will lose my bishop. If I move my pawn over here, he can take with his pawn, I can take with my other pawn. He can take it with his pawn, and I can take that pawn, and it's breaking up a little bit the defense over here, so I'm gonna do it. I'm waiting for his move, but it will be. He moved forward with his pawn, and now it's putting pressure over my knight. But I can solve it by moving back a little bit. I don't really know where. Maybe I screw it now. Because I need to be aware of it, that I don't have much time left to give him a checkmate. And as I see it now, it's been almost 10 minutes and none of them take a single piece. So now I'm gonna start to maneuver. Maybe I can move my knight bishop over here, and that will give him a check. But I'm not gonna do it yet. Yeah. I'm thinking how to give him another check over here. I only have a minute left, so I need to be fast. I don't know what to do exactly, so I will just gonna go for a few trades. Okay, now I will bring out my queen. I should have been moved my pawn over here, because it would mean that I defend it over here. I could have been take a pawn. Or I could have been moved my knight over here to defend this position, break the pawns, take it with my bishop, blah blah blah, and I can move maybe my queen up, but not really. Okay, now he took one of my pawns. He will most likely don't take it with his bishop, but if he does that, I can take it with my rook, and he will most likely don't take it with his queen because I would get it for almost free. And now maybe I will move my pawn over here and get my queen over there to give him a check. Into next round he would move here, and if I move it forward by a square, that's if I think correctly, that would be a checkmate, so I'm gonna try that. But even if I move my pawn over here, he can take it with his I'm not longer talking about it because he moved forward his pawn. Maybe I will work up my knight over here. And if I do that, I will give him a check, so he will maybe take it with his bishop. But now, as I see it now, I securing this position by bishop, but no any longer because he put his knight over there. I need to think fast how to solve this problem. Maybe I can move my knight somehow, and I'm no longer capable to take this bishop with my rook because he will get it with his queen. Tonight is not really good here because I thought to maybe give him a check. He will take the knight with his bishop. In the next round I could get his bishop by my queen, but his rook would take it. Knight would take it. But if I move forward this pawn by 2 square, I can deal with the bishop. Okay, move forward by his queen, but only square. Nothing drastic as I see it now. I even can. Okay, I will take his bishop over there. And maybe I can get his queen. If I move my knight over here, okay. It's a check, he will most likely take it with his rook, but in exchange I can get his queen by my rook. Okay, we get out now to other rook. And yeah, I missed it. And I lose because of the timeout. But I had a brilliant move, if everything is correct. I could have moved my knight somewhere. Not really, because that rook is defending that position, so it doesn't even count that my bishop is securing that position. It's a little bit sad that I lost this game, because it was actually good. Because the guy and I played for like 10 minutes and not a single piece was taken, and I had to break the ice to get a piece, and I have daily won over you in Justice Camp, because of course I don't have a premium.
The clock ran out, but you had some nice tactics.
But
Let's
I
take
had
a look at your best moves. The ready is a less common but flexible opening that controls the center with the knight before committing. With that move, you chase the bishop away. You permitted the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. You permitted the opponent to eventually win a bishop. Your best move was to capture a free pawn.
Yeah. Okay.
They found a way to win your bishop. Your best move was to castle on the opposite side of the opponent. You permitted the opponent to create a passed pawn. They left their bishop open for capture, giving you a chance to win material. You won material by capturing it. You are now able to win material through a discovered attack.
Yeah, that knight move was the brilliant move.
You are leaving your knight hanging, but there's a brilliant idea behind it.
Yeah, so that was the brilliant move. But I lost the game because of the timeout. It's a sad story. So now I will need again 12 more wins to reach 500 elo. I'm one game behind against where I started. So I'm gonna start a new one. Okay. I'm playing against Abdukal. I'm not gonna know how to say this, so I'm just gonna say it like this. He started with white pieces. He's at 434 elo. He's from Tajikistan, and yeah. I will try to Byzantine opening again. I could have been making some transaction for tonight, but he didn't do it, but now I'm gonna do it. And with that, if I can secure this position, I can take a pawn too. So if he takes it with his pawn, that pawn, I can move here with my knight, and in the next round, if he doesn't move his pawn over here, I can get it. And I'm gonna drink some water. But now he moved forward by a square. And now my king is a little bit opened. He will most likely move his queen over here. Yeah. He moved his queen over there. I will move out mine too. So if he wants to do a transaction, I'm up to it. But I'm gonna go for it anyway. Now I can really defend this position by a bishop and by a knight. He moved by a square with his rook. I don't know what's his planning. But for now I will move out my knight over here. He moved forward by a pawn. Maybe he's decided to move here, but nothing serious that I see about. I will move forward by 2 square by this pawn. He's putting a pressure over my bishop, but I will just make the transaction over it. So now his rook a little bit trapped. And even if I can put pressure over this square, I can manage up my knight over here. Give a check. He will get it with his rook, and I can get his rook with my bishop if I manage up somehow, but my pawns, it's a little bit stacked up over here. He moved his knight over there, but now I'm only securing that square by my knight. So maybe I will castle one. So I can move my rook over here. He will maybe move his rook over here too. But if he does, I'm gonna move my pawn over here. And he will get it with his pawn over here. But I can send up another pawn into the same row. But not really. He moved his white bishop over here. But I can get it with my king, so there is nothing serious. And also I could move my pawn over here, but he would get it with his bishop and have some open field for my knight, but it would be only end up as a transaction, so I'm thinking about what to do. For now I will just move forward by this pawn by a square, because if I would put it here it would be the same for the knight. And now he's planning to keep me at check and get my rook, but I will just simply make the transaction again. And now if I can manage up my rook over there, like I will move it here, and after I move it here that would be a check if he doesn't move a pawn or his rook back there. But now he is again defending by his knight. but I can just simply go over here and I can make a transaction for his knight for my bishop. I need to be careful that I don't have much material left. And he got my pawn, but now I can force him to move his rook over here. And I cannot take this pawn because the knight is securing it, so I will just face my knight. But maybe if I move my bishop over here, he can move his pawn over here, put some pressure over my bishop, and I can move my bishop over here, but his knight will get it. Into next round I could get his knight with my knight, and because of this pawn is gone from here, I can move my knight over here, but it's nothing. But maybe for now I will just, I'm not gonna do that because he can simply go there and after here and get my bishop too, rook too. If I move it, yeah, that's happening if I move my pawn over here. And if I move it here, he will not come into these squares, but still he can move here. I can't move my bishop over here because his knight will get it. But for now, maybe I will just move my rook over here and he will move his knight to somewhere else. He can move it into these squares. Here I would get it here too. I'm not gonna, he is most likely moving here or here, not even, he can move it here because the bishop is defending it. I'm not gonna think more about it, I will just move my rook over here. Yeah, now I can take a free pawn because his knight was moved away. To the extent I can work up a fork if he doesn't move his bishop or his rook. So I'm hoping he moved his bishop and now my rook and my knight even in danger. I can move my rook over here, so if he get it with his bishop, at least I just sacrifice my rook. Yeah, I should have been moved here because of course he's gonna save his rook. I screwed it a little bit. And now he's getting my pawns. I still have to knight to do something. And then to next turn he will most likely go for here, put some pressure over my bishop, but I can go here. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but for now I will just move here. Maybe he takes it with his rook and I can deal up something with my pawns, but I'm not really sure about it that it's gonna happen. move his knight over here. Maybe he's planning to move his rook over here, but I will get it with my bishop, so nothing yet. I can't even give him a check with my knight because I can't manage to do that. Only in 3 moves. But not even I can't even do that because he would get it with his rook. He's securing his rook over there. Okay. Maybe if I can work up this pawn, I can get a queen and that would be a check. Mate. Okay, this maybe can work if he screw it somehow. And I could have been get his rook. There is a mosquito too in my room. It's pretty cool. And he was going for my pawn, and I wanted to defend my bishop, but of course I lose because of the time. Well, that's unlucky for sure. I will check out to OBS because my internet connection is a little bit messy right now. Yeah, so now I'm at 402 elo. I will need 12-13 games to reach 500 elo, so I'm falling back a little bit, but never gonna never. I don't know what I wanted to say. That was some memes that never give up. I don't even remember Brain Rot this time, so I'm not sure if I should play chess, but I'm gonna do it. And I'm playing against Sam 69 421, but he aborted the game. So I am playing against Fajui Spartan. He's at 412 elo. He's from India. He opened with his pawn. Now I will need to do my move. So for now I will just move this pawn to have some open field for my queen to do notice stuff. And yep. And after that I will need to work up my knight over here. So I will do that. Maybe he's gonna move that pawn over here and screw my little plane. And now I can no longer put pressure over the square because his knight is blocking it. He moved with his pawn over here, not sure why, maybe to move his pawn over here to defend this square, but I'm gonna go forward and put my pawn over here so it would end up as a transaction. So if he goes there and I'm taking it with my pawn, and if he's taking it with his pawn, after I can take his rook. So maybe I'm hoping in that he makes this stupid move. But not really, he's moving forward by his bishop. Now if I move here, I will put some pressure over his knight and he will be forced to maybe move here or back to his beginning. So for now I'm gonna do that. Or if I go there and he takes with his pawn and I will take with my pawn, that would mean that I leave my rook open, so I'm not gonna do it. But instead I will not move my pawn over here because he can take it with his knight, but I can take it with my pawn. But even if he can move out his pawn, so I couldn't even move my queen over here. So I will move forward this pawn by 2 squares. After that I will move this pawn by a square, and I will move my bishop over here, and after that if I move my knight somewhere else, it will have a control over this square. It's true that the bishop is controlling it, but now he moved forward this pawn by 2 squares, so I'm gonna... What? Oh shit, as I was speaking he made the move that I planned before. But now it's a little bit screwed, but not really. It's still manageable if he takes it with his pawn. And yeah, now it's not really because a rook is hanging there, so I will need to make a trade for it, and his queen will have an open field forward. Not really, because that pawn is blocking it. But if I manage to this pawn go away and even my knight, I will have open field for his queen, but I need to be careful if these two pieces are going away. He can take my bishop after my rook. So maybe I'm gonna do next castle, so I will defend the bishop. but it's no longer an option because he moved forward his pawn, putting some pressure over my knight. But now it's a good opening for my knight because I can take a free pawn after another one, and that would be a fork. So I could take his queen, or I could have been go for an easy transaction for the bishop. But if I go into this road, maybe I can manage up a queen. But not telling longer because he moved his pawn over here. And now that pawn is defended over here. And even if I move my pawn over here, he can take with his pawn. And after he can take with his bishop, but nothing there to go here. I will castle now, that's for sure. Nothing serious here yet with tonight. I will move out with my knight over here, and he cannot take it with his queen because my white bishop is securing it. And maybe, yeah, I can still manage up the fork with a knight loss. So if I go there, he will take it with his pawn, I will take it with my... It's no longer available, but... If I go there, after he takes with his pawn, I can go there. I will defend this pawn by a knight, so he will not take it with his queen. After that, I can move my knight over, queen over here. So if I will move my knight somewhere else, I will give him a check. And maybe if I can move my knight for here, I can still manage everything. I will get a queen. So for now, I will just go here, sacrificing one of my knights. Yeah, it goes like I planned till this far. Now it's questionable what he's gonna do. But if he doesn't do anything risky, I will move my queen over here and try to win to queen. Yeah, and if I move my knight now, it will not be a check, so I cannot take his queen for granted. Except it, no, if I even move my knight over here, that wouldn't be good. And now he's even defending it by bishop. So he can make a queen transaction, but I'm also available for giving him a check, but not really because he can take with his queen. If I move it here, he cannot take my queen, but he can block it here. Maybe if I move my bishop over here, he goes here with his bishop, but not really because he can still go there. Somehow I would need to block his way. For now I will just move my pawn over here. Not really, because my queen is in a little bit of danger. But not any longer, so I can move my knight over here, he would take it with his queen. For now I will just take it with my pawn, that pawn. Oh, that's a good move. Why did I miss that? Because I will go here and that will be a fork. I'm hoping that he does something stupid. Because my knight can easily go there. It will be a check, he will be forced to move here. Okay, let's go. But now my queen is hanging. I didn't think through, maybe I saw it once. But now my queen is in danger. So it ends up as a queen transaction. Because his bishop can take it after I take his queen with my knight. But if I go there, that will be another check. He can go here with his queen. I will get it with my queen. Okay, that was maybe not a pretty bad idea. So if I move there, he can only move his queen there or move his knight. Okay, maybe I saved my king. Queen. If I move here, I give another check. He can move his queen over there. Or I can move my knight over here, giving him a check again. He can move into a 2 spot. Have to solve this. So if I go there, I will give him a check. But if I move here, he will maybe move here, and that will be good because I can get his queen. But if he moves here, I will move my queen over here, and he can cover it with his queen, but this is the only way for him, or with his bishop. After my queen moves there, I will try it out if it's even work or not. Because now he cannot take my knight because of my queen is pinging it. And now I will, if I give him a check, he can block by his queen. If I move my knight over here, I'm giving him another check. He will be forced to move here. Does not really want to work out to get his queen. But I can move my queen over there. So in the next round, if I move my knight, I will give him another check. Except if he does that. Well, now I'm just at the same point, but -1 knight. if I move my rook over there, I can take it with his bishop. So I will move my pawn over there. Should have been moved my rook over here because now he can take my pawn and afterwards go back here. Or I can move here and giving him a check. I can still move my pawn over here to put some pressure over this knight. If he does that, I can take the bishop afterwards. I can take his bishop now. After that, I can move my bishop to save it. Or I could have been take a knight, but that would mean that I lose my bishop. Yeah, I miscalculated a little bit. Now he will need to defend his... Oh, not really, because he can make a fork. Yeah, I'm under 400 elo again, so I think I'm gonna stop the stream for now because it didn't really go well for my elo points. But if somebody watched the stream and